Hi, welcome to City Country 6 Podcast. This is where you get to hear inside conversations between city and country about life, kids, womanhood, culture, black southern things. Eavesdrop in on our phone conversations to laugh, cry, amen, disagree, and agree with your bi-weekly dose of what did I just listen to? Let's listen in on this week's most recent phone call of differences.
Hey girl, hey.
Hey, what you
Hi
doing?
girl, just sitting here, just chit chatting in my head.
Did you
Okay,
say I'm sitting here chit chatting
in my head.
in your head? Okay. So what are you chit chatting in your head about today?
So, like this past week was like super, super busy. The pastor wasn't sleeping good. He's having issues. We got white noise in his room. We use his box fan and like some music, some music from Vimo, whatever the heck it is. I don't. Anyways,
Oh wait a minute, you got the box fan and music.
yeah. Well, it's not music. It's actually the ocean. And yeah,
So it's like a breeze on the beach.
exactly. It's like a breeze, and then you hear the ocean for 10
Okay, okay.
hours.
I can dig
And
it.
I don't
Breezy
because it's
beach.
loud as I'll get out.
Breezy beach. That's what we're gonna call it. A
so
signature sound.
we
Breezy
got
beach.
this huge box man in there, and he don't even stay in there. But anyway, I know you had told me about using the Calm app, and like I have it on my phone under my health app. It's in there, but I have to pay for like the extra stuff. So like there's only free songs on there, and then you have like the premium songs or premium music or what have you to help you go to sleep or meditate and see if you know how cheap I am, and I ain't about to do that.
Well, I just use the free, the one with the water on the leaves, like rain.
Is it the one with like the green leaves background?
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Yeah, I use
that's
that
the
one
one.
too. I use that one too.
He's been the deacon has been listening to that since he was born.
Mm. But it only runs for about an hour.
It can go up to 12 hours.
How?
You just choose the time you want it to go.
Oh, then I might
Like
need to
one,
download that.
two, I think it's 1, 2, 4, 8, 10, 12.
I might need to download the app because the one that's
But yeah,
on because Calm is originally, well, I ain't gonna say originally, but I guess Samsung and Calm have some kind of contract or whatever. And that's what I use for meditation, especially if I'm taking a bath and I just want to relax. I'll just play that. That particular one is one of my favorites. I don't know why.
okay. Tell me about this meditation. Walk me through that.
Why you think meditation?
Yes, what is that? Like, what do you do?
Twitch. Because I can't stop
Twitch.
moving. Girl, I can't stop moving. Okay, so you know, I like to multitask and doing like 5 things at one time. It's crazy. Because it's
How
like
do
I
you
can't.
meditate and multitask?
Is that you can't? That's the whole point of meditation is to stop multitasking. Is to
Right.
stop getting your mind to do 5 million things at one time, and it is hard as I'll get out. That's why I can only do it like because to me meditation is more stressful than just doing whatever it is I got in my mind to do. But to sit down and just listen to this and like try to focus on this one thought and then let that thought pass and then focus on another thought instead of jumping from thought to thought to thought. Like you have to stay on one thought, complete that thought, and then if another thought passes, but you ignore all the other thoughts that are going around you. You don't just keep picking it up. It's like okay, you know in those movies where they'll flash a whole lot of stuff from a person's past in front of them. And
Mm-hmm.
like if you're watching the movie, you can see key points, but you can't see all of them. And that's kind of like what your mind is like when you've got 1,000 thoughts going on. So what's supposed to happen is when you're meditating, those thoughts are like coursing through your mind, but you only focus on one. And then another thought might come by, but you have to ignore that one and just focus on this one and be present in that one thought. And then when you're done with it, you let it go. And, in my mind, I imagine it like going into a little box and it seals up. And then I don't think about that thought anymore. And I go on to something else. It's almost like completing a task in your head. And like if you're anxious about something, that lets you know, okay, you've completed that, whatever anxious thought that was, you've gone through and you exhausted every scenario possible and you put it up because you've exhausted it. But that's how I see meditation. But it's hard for me. I can't. I try.
Okay. I'm good.
That's what I'm saying. I try like once a week and it makes me more tired. But they're like, any meditation is good meditation. I'm going, y'all don't know how my brain works.
Yeah. I don't
But
think that'll be relaxing.
huh?
That's not relaxing.
Not to me. It's not relaxing. But what I have tried to do though is not think about anything. But then I start like moving. And it's like, you're not like some people like you're supposed to sit still, but if you like twitch or, if you move or you rock or you shift, that's fine. But me, I literally would just start moving. Like I have restless leg syndrome. I'm sitting here just like rubbing my legs together like a cricket. And
Oh
I ain't
gosh.
making I'm not making a lick of noise. I'm just
Not
sitting
Jiminy.
here.
Not
Not Jiminy.
Jiminy.
But
Mm-mm.
anyway, so that's about the most I have on meditation. I don't have much else. But then how do you
Okay.
relax?
I go to sleep.
When do you go to sleep?
I go to bed like what time? Like around 10 o'clock.
On a good day?
That's actually what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks.
I'm proud of you.
I'm in bed at 10 o'clock. My kitchen is clean.
Mm.
So I can wake up with a fresh slate. Lunches are packed at night. So I pack lunches and clean the kitchen from about 7:45, 8 o'clock until 9 o'clock. And then from 9 to 10, that's my shower. Because the deacon is gone to bed at that point. That's my shower. Sitting clothes out for the next morning for everybody.
You shower for a
And
whole hour?
no, I'm saying from 9 to 10, I'm taking my shower, sitting clothes out for the next day. Prayers, reading my devotional, then asleep.
So you a nighttime devotional.
Yeah, I can't do it in the morning.
I ain't even gonna ask why you can't do it in the morning. I could just imagine.
What? I mean, mornings are unpredictable.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I could just imagine what would happen in the morning.
Yeah.
That's why I can't get.
I say morning prayers. Like the deacon and I, we say our little morning prayer. He gets in the bed with me in the morning. He'll come in here and say, "Mommy, let's have our morning conversations and our morning prayers," and then we do a morning story. So, but that's the extent of it. But I don't, because I'm asleep. So he wakes me up. He's my alarm clock. So by the time he wakes me up, we're hitting the ground running. I don't have time to sit and do a devotional.
I got you. Let me tell you what happened this morning.
Oh.
I am trying to sleep in because it's the weekend. And them children, they can function on their own for the most part in the morning because all they do is get up and they have their version of morning cartoons. But I'm trying to sleep at like 5:30, 5:45. I get a personal alarm. Beep, beep, beep. And then that personal alarm runs out of our bedroom. I sat up because I was like, who in the world is mimicking an alarm?
Mm.
It's the pastor.
Mm.
He literally comes into the room this morning, makes the sound of his sister's alarm to wake up, and then runs out of the room. I was like, if I wasn't groggy and half sleep, you know them little things where in Scary Movie, if you act first, he'd have got drop kicked straight into the wall.
Oh,
Not kidding, because I was startled for one, and for two, it's like it is 5:30 in the morning. What is you doing up? It is Saturday. What is wrong with you? I was thoroughly
okay.
ticked
So
off.
my question is, what does Saturday have to do with 5:30? Does he always wake up at 5:30?
No,
Oh, okay.
that
Never mind.
joker will stay in the bed until 6:30 sometimes, 15 minutes before I got to walk out the door. So yeah, no.
Oh,
He was just being a turd this morning, and I was sick of it.
'cause my child, like, he'll sleep until about 7:30 sometimes,
Mhm.
and every time he's up at 5, see his mop, and then he goes back to sleep. So
But no, see,
he was
I
the
can't.
alarm clock today. I like that. Well, rise and shine, everyone.
No, he came in there and went beep, beep, beep,
That's
passy in the
funny.
mouth and everything. I was just, yeah, I was like, I need something to throw. That's what I need because I'm done. I am
Just wanted to make
over
sure
it
everybody
today.
was up.
No, no, not. We ain't doing that. Not on the what some people consider the holy day of the week. We're not. We're gonna leave that alone.
Wow. Well, I was gonna say something. I forgot just that fast.
Mm.
It's about my pastor. I can't remember now.
Fun
His
thing we
name.
did today though.
What?
I finally I forgot what this is called and I can't think of the name of it. It keeps slipping my mind. But I have this issue where I don't say what I want to do because I answer for everybody else. And then when I don't get to do what I want to do, I get mad at everybody else, like it's their fault. Like I heard, like they answered me and they really didn't. Well, I spoke up about going to that festival today. And I said, I want to go. And one, it's free. You just pay your gas to get there. Um, and then when you get there, then you pay for stuff if you want to do stuff. Um, but I was like, shoot, I want to do this. Now, granted, there were things on there that I was like, the kids are like this. The kids are like this. CFO were like this. There's nothing in there I really want to do, but my enjoyment comes from watching them have fun, right? So I was like, I'm going to do this today. I was given a stipulation that, if I don't feel good, I ain't going. That's basically it. If you still sick, you don't go. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna get better so I can go because you ain't gonna keep me at home with this stipulation. Tell me what to do. I'm grown. Anyway,
Oh yeah, good and grown. I got you.
exactly. I'm good and girl. I'm gonna do what I want. So we get there and loads of fun. A ton of people, but not a ton of people that we couldn't stay away from. Because Rona's still out there trying to take lives.
It is.
So we were able to stay away from everybody. And the breeze was good. So I was like, cool, ventilation. But I was still out there sweating like yeah, like a pig that knew he was dinner. I was just sweating profusely.
Wait a
It
minute.
wasn't
Like
even
whoa.
Hmm?
Like a what?
A pig that know he is dinner. I was sweating. It was horrible. I was sweating in places I shouldn't even know that could sweat. That is how hot I was.
Okay.
And I sat here and thought about my friend City and said, she wouldn't last. She,
I'm not going out there. Number one, I'm good. Y'all tell me about it when y'all get in. I watch it on TV.
there's no TV.
I watch it on TV. I'm not going outside for what? It's hot.
It was
If
so
God gave
humid.
you, if God gave you an air conditioner and you're selfish enough to let it run while you're gone in the
Oh, no,
house,
you didn't.
let's just stay in the house and enjoy it.
No, you didn't.
So yeah, that's just being wasteful. That's
You
just
just
being wasteful. But about this sweating like a pig who knew he was dinner. Okay, so in the city we say sweating like a hoe in church,
okay, I've heard of that too. But
not sweating like a pig who knows he's dinner. That no,
you have
no.
to understand now. I didn't become a PK for real until I was like 14, 15.
You a late bloomer.
Yeah, I was a late bloomer. And then I wasn't a true pre-K, Lord have mercy. I wasn't a
Oh,
true
okay.
PK. I wasn't a true PK until, the ordination and all of that stuff. And that was early 20s. By then I was a P grown person, whatever the acronym for that would be.
I got you. No, I grew up. I grew up in church as a PK in pre-K.
It's a pre-K, yeah, it's a pre.
Oh, I was in pre-K probably when my dad started being a pastor. So
See now, and I want to say that yeah, it was about 14, 15. But I want to say I might as well have been a PK before then, just because great grandmama, grandma, you know, go to church, all the things, and be there all day anyway
yes.
for no reason at all other than to be hungry. Like, what's the point of fasting if I'm gonna be there all day? I'm fasting now. Why we gotta fast some more? Why we gotta have a special day to fast if I've already fasted from 8 a.m. to 3? Like, why we gotta have I don't understand it. Yeah, I'm that
Why were
very
you fasting?
huh?
So like the church had a fast?
Yeah, they would suggest a fast way back in the day. But at the same time, me being the overthinking child would be like, I'm hungry now. Can't this count as a fast? Because
Oh
y'all
gosh.
won't be in church so that I can go home and eat.
Mm-mm.
Because this makes no sense to me at all. Like none. Why are we? It's just, I don't get it. And it's like, there's diabetics in there. We in an all black Southern church. About 50% of the people in there are diabetics. That's why they got peppermints and stuff in their purse. Because they're diabetics.
But and that's really the worst thing you could be doing.
Okay, but if you can't eat, what you gonna do?
But okay.
And then
so
you
who says you
shouting
can't eat? Who says you can't eat? You
in the
know you're
sanctuary?
diabetic.
No, you can't eat in the
Okay.
sanctuary. And you better not get up and leave. Then the pastor gonna go for another hour because you missed 20 seconds because you want to go eat a peanut butter cracker.
See, that's where we differ again. Like nobody's gonna tell me I can't eat. Nobody.
Okay, no, I understand
Jesus
that.
don't care. So yes, I will eat in the sanctuary. I'm like, what's the guys? Green eggs and ham. I will eat them here and there. I will eat them anywhere. I'm gonna eat my snacks on a
No.
plane, on a train, in a tree,
Bobby.
in a house with a mouse. No, I'm gonna eat.
No, you wasn't bringing no food in the sanctuary. Period. Fellowship
What
hall
you gonna
only and
do?
outside. That's it. You don't bring no food or mother of the church or deacon the head deacon of the church, or whoever grandmama that saw you. Or don't let the people that working in the kitchen find out that you went to.
Well, then I go outside and eat. That's fine.
That's what I'm saying. You
I'm
could go
going.
outside
I'll
and
go
eat.
home and eat. I'll just
Look,
leave. How about that?
just
Cause see,
leave.
we've been here. We've been here since 11. It's 1:30. Whatever God ain't said now up until this point, he can say it next Sunday.
You say that's what you say.
To be continued.
Okay, no, because see, then if you left, then the pastor must said something to prick your heart and you couldn't take it, and all them demons that ride on you had to make you leave. And it's like,
wait a minute. They were doing what with you? What were the demons doing?
they had to make her or him leave. I said her like I know a person. I don't really know a person that I don't.
This is awful.
It's so yeah, I was just yeah.
So you were fasting, like de facto fasting. Like,
yeah, what was it? You was just automatically fasting because you was there for 5
because
hours.
there was no food, like you were just
Yeah.
hungry.
There was
So
I was hungry, and the little piece of strawberry candies that grandma was handing me was not sufficing me. Like I need a Sprite and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Doritos on the side, please. Thank you.
a plate.
A plate is what I need.
That's what we need. We need a plate.
And then you're gonna say, okay, y'all go ahead, like we're in court or something. Y'all go ahead and have recess. Go eat you something to eat. Now, you in these country churches that are off in the backwoods, gonna take you 30 minutes to find a fast food place. And then within that 30 minutes, you're gonna have to calculate the time it's gonna take to get to the next church for the revival because you're part of the choir.
I'm just shaking my head like,
And you wonder why Black children now just be like, no.
That is why you don't go to the church in the country. That's the moral of the story. Don't go somewhere where the nearest food place is 30 minutes away.
Oh my gosh. I mean, and you're talking about back in 1990 something. So we're not talking about 2022 when fast food places are popping up everywhere. At a gas station, you can at least stop by the gas station, get you a bag of chips and a drink and maybe a hot dog if that's what you want. Not me personally, because I hate hot dogs, but just saying. And there might be a restaurant close by. You can even DoorDash your food to you.
That makes me sad. Like in the city, you would literally have on a corner 4 restaurants, like literally looking at each other.
Exactly. But then y'all got
and the gas station served plates too. Like the gas station was serving like collard greens, cornbread, chicken, pot roast. Like some gas stations actually had hot bars for breakfast and dinner.
Excuse me?
Mm-hmm.
I wish.
Yep. Yeah.
Not to say I eat collard greens, because that's the one part of the country of me that just don't.
Yeah, I don't need them either, like hot wet lettuce. But I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. And it smells like gas. It smells like.
Oh, the grocery store. Grocery stores had hot bars too. You just go by there after church. Sometimes if you had to go to the next church.
This one church literally is 20 to 25 minutes away from the closest grocery store that has like a deli. No lie. And you have to drive to downtown, past downtown to get to the closest one. And it was ridiculous. That's why people brought lunches and they used the kitchen. Sad. Yeah, it was, but oh well, it's all good. It's all good. But anyway, about my most recent switching gears here. About my most recent Mother's Day shenanigan outing, which wasn't really Mother's Day. It was just supposed to be a mental health day for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because, as you know, my kids in school. We went on vacation during the spring break, like other people do. Ever since that spring break, we came back and it's like crap was hitting the fan every week. Something was happening. A kid was sick. I was sick. the school asking for something. They having some event. I know we had a field trip somewhere after we got back because scheduling issues and weather. Um, and it's just like it's been boom, boom, bam ever since we got back from spring break. And lovely husband said, "Hey, I'm gonna take you out because you've not been the same since we got back from vacation." And I told him, I said, "Well, if crap will quit hitting the fan all the time, we wouldn't have this problem." And he was like, "I know that. That's why I want to take you out." So he said, "I was gonna do this either way." I was like, "Okay, appreciate it." So we go. He leaves me. He kidnaps me. My thing is, he takes me, kidnaps me, because I actually wanted to do something with the kids, and he told me that that wasn't gonna happen. So I was gonna do that. So how you just gonna change? Anyway, again, I'm grown. I can make my decisions, but this day I wasn't grown. I had to do what I was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I got kidnapped and taken to the city, which I live in a city now, but that's besides the point. I get taken to the city to be pampered. Okay. It was supposed to be a relaxation deal, and the kids are being watched by their lovely grandmother and great aunt. Um, and so it was just supposed to be for me to relax. So get my feet done. I don't really care for my nails get done because I am country, and yeah, it's pointless to get my nails done unless I'm getting fake nails, and it's just in the way. Um, anyways, so doing that, and they actually offer drinks at this place. Like they offered as much as a pedicure costs, they should give you complimentary drinks. But it was nice. First time ever having a mimosa too, so that was really nice. Um, I thought about you, City. I really did. I thought about you. I said, well, she ain't gonna drink this because it ain't got no lid and it didn't come in there it didn't come in there closed, so she wasn't gonna drink it no way. But
I always decline. Like, no, I don't want. No, thank you. Well, before the pandemic, I would. I never drink alcohol in public, but I would always get tea or coffee or juice.
yeah, they didn't have it. That was 100% bar back in the bag.
Oh gosh.
Well, since it was complimentary and I've never had a mimosa before, I said, shoot, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna try one. Very good, by the way. A little more. I see why people don't like champagne. It's a bit much. Anyways, I get left there by myself. I have no ride, and I'm not doing an Uber, so I get left there, so he can go to the store, get some things or whatever, and just leaves me to my own devices. So I do what I do best, multitask, because I can't just sit there and let someone work on my feet and watch TV. That's just not doing anything to me. But the multitasking was relaxing. I like to do make my own calendar, so I did that. Um, anyways, we get ready to go, and I'm watching the household camera because my mother-in-law is leaving um, the kids with the aunt, which is fine, but not fine because the aunt, if there was something that the pastor really needed, um, like quickly assessing the situation, she wouldn't be able to move that quickly. So I'm sitting there watching the camera that I should not be watching because I should be relaxing. And her husband's like, hey, call the neighbor and see if she'll come over since she's already, watching the CEO, call her over to, see if she can just watch until mother-in-law gets back. Well, we get to go to this wonderful Mexican restaurant. It's like our favorite Mexican restaurant. They have the best, I know you don't drink in public, but they have the best margaritas. My favorite so far, I think, is the pomegranate. Yeah, it's pomegranate. Very, very good. Anyways, sitting there getting ready to eat, chips and salsa and getting ready to order. And no sooner as I'm watching this camera that I should not be watching because I should be relaxing, I see the aunt fall. Real time, she falls. And I'm like, I scream out, she fell, she fell, she fell. And husband's like, what are you talking about? We literally had just sat down, had gotten our drinks and everything. And thankfully, my neighbor was there. She could rush over, pick her up, or help her get up. But she falls. How she falls still baffles me because it's like I'm watching it and I still don't understand how it happened. Because it's like she's on one of those four-wheeler walker type deals. So she doesn't
Mhm.
have you don't have to get up. You can just scoot one way or the other. You don't have to get up, but she actually
So
was
was
trying to
she
get.
sitting down when she fell?
Yeah, no, she was getting up. She was in the process of getting up, and
Okay.
somehow one foot didn't get up with her. And she
Okay.
falls. Not only does she fall, she knocks over the trash can in the process, which
Oh Lord.
this is important. That part is very important. So, well, with the property cameras and stuff, you can talk through them. Well, for some odd reason, the kids couldn't hear me because the kids are watching this also happen in real time. She cuts her elbow. She's bleeding. So one kid's freaking out because of blood. The other one's freaking out because that's her aunt, and she's hurt herself and she's fallen. And you've got this able adult trying to get her up and also keep the kids calm. And then you see the pastor walking around. And I was like, okay, he's not going to freak too much, but CEO and her friend is going to freak out because they know exactly what's going on. They're old enough to understand. Okay, she's fallen, she's hurt. This is actually happening. So I'm trying to talk on the video and be like, hey, is she okay? Da 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 da. They can't hear me. I don't know why. And I'm also trying to get their attention because I'm trying to get them away from the neighbor that's trying to help the lady up because she can't be doing three things at one time. Trying to get her up because this is her first time experiencing, and dealing with this, and keep three children calm. So remember I said the garbage can fell. Now I go to the doorbell camera because I'm like, they obviously cannot hear me. And by the way, my mother-in-law is still not there. But husband can speak to them and they hear him because he could tell CEO, hey, go get a towel for your aunt's arm and y'all just stay out of the way. And it's okay. And he could tell, the best friend, hey, she's okay. Don't worry about it. I think it's just his deep voice because they just weren't listening to me because I was already, freaking out. So I called them over using a doorbell camera to try to get them to calm down. I'm like, hey, is everything okay? Yeah, it's fine. It's like, hey, she'll be fine. Everything will be great. Where's your brother? Get him over, get the friend over. About that time, mother-in-law pulls up. And they get in the house and everything, get situated, what have you. And then a neighbor calls me and she's feeling bad and all that. But anyway, back to the trash can. She knocks over the trash can. In the video, you could see Pastor walking, around in like a little semicircle around the incident, and he stands close to the trash can. And instead of him worrying about if his aunt's okay and saying, "Ooh, she fell," no, he wasn't talking about her. He said, "But the trash can."
Oh wow.
And he looks in the trash can. He's like, "But you see him pointing at the trash can, hollering, but the trash can, but the trash can." And I'm going,
Very important.
oh my goodness. He's more worried about the trash can falling, not his aunt. And I'm just like, how am I supposed to relax when no one's doing what they're supposed to be doing or they're doing too much? And that gets me to parents, grandparents. Why they think they grown? Like, why they
I don't
think
know. I don't know. I don't know. But see, you got to train them up. The Bible says to train up a child in the way that they should go. You got to train up your parents and your grandparents because my mom knows when you're going somewhere, text me or call me, let me know where you're going. Let me know when you make it back home. Just got to train them up.
girl, I'm falling behind. My mama don't never call me or text me first. The first time she did was this week, and that's because she told me don't bother her. She in her garden.
Oh no.
Because what we had been doing this week, because we know she's in her garden, is calling her to make sure she takes her breaks. So we call her and talk to her for 30 minutes just so she'd have a break. I wasn't bothering her the day she texted me because she said she was going to rest that day. So I said, I'm not bothering her. She texts me, then she video calls me. I thought something had happened. My parents don't let me know nothing. I fuss at them all the time. They don't be I done
Oh,
trained
you
them
got to train
wrong.
them up. You got to train them up. Yeah.
I done trained them wrong.
And sometimes my parents might forget, and I'll call my mom's phone, can't get her. Call my dad's phone, can't get him. I'm gonna call the house phone. When I catch them, that means if they don't pick up on the house phone, which we have a house phone in 2022, my parents do.
Now
That means
that's
they're not at
country.
home.
That's country. My parents don't even have a house phone anymore.
Well, my mom's rationale is because my dad's a pastor
Mm,
and people need to be able to contact him. And because of the age of most of their parishioners, they still like use phone books and stuff like that.
what?
And that's just kind of like the number they've always had. They've had that number since before I was born. People don't keep cell phone. Like older people, they may not have a cell phone number. You can't really look it up, but you can look up a house number if you need to. So that's their rationale. So anyway,
Excuse me.
if I call the house and I don't get them, I know that they're not there and I've caught them.
What if they were busy and they didn't pick up the house phone because they were busy?
Busy doing what?
Grown folk stuff, I guess. I don't know.
No,
They think they grown.
we don't. No, we don't have time for that.
Oh.
So if you don't answer the phone, I know you're not at home. So now I caught you. You left without telling me where you're going.
Ooh.
So then I have to call in the reinforcements. My brother. So I have to call him. I call him Dork Face. So I got to call Dork Face. You heard from your mom? You heard from your daddy? No, I hadn't heard from them. Oh, so they're out and they didn't tell anybody? And that's what he says. Oh, they think they're grown. I guess they do. So then they have to get a lecture.
Oh.
So you gotta, and that doesn't happen often. So you have to train them. You gotta work on this training.
Okay. Cause see, I had to get on after that incident happened. I said, from now on, I don't care. I'm gonna have to get on y'all because y'all don't know how to live life out here in this world. This world ain't what it used to be. Okay.
Oh Lord.
You can't be sitting around here with your doors unlocked, sitting on the front porch or whatever and sleep with your door unlocked. You can't be doing that. You gotta lock your doors and stuff. So, and they don't do that no more. They don't do that no more. They ain't done that in 30 years, and that's normally daytime, not locking the door because you're up and about. So if someone busts in your house, they gonna get a cat busted where they busted in at. So so that's, you've got to be coming with a reason. So
why we can't just lock the door?
They do now. They don't play that now because the world's a scary place. But back in the day, you could do that because you in the country. Anyway, not in the city with.
Yes, we've never left our doors unlocked. But okay.
No, when you leave, you lock them. But like if you're just out walking, like if the entire family's over, the door's unlocked because kids in and out. Everybody's up and down, in and out. But even before, we all branched out into our own families and stuff, if it was a summer day, all the doors unlocked because you never know when a kid gonna bust in through the back door because they done ran around to the backyard and, they got to come in through the backyard. They can't, run back to the front yard for whatever reason because if they got to go to the bathroom and they're not out in the woods where they could just go freely, they got to come in the house. But anyway, she said, "You use the bathroom outside. This is too much."
So that's why God invented toilets.
Okay, but before there were toilets, there were outhouses, and what was that? Peeing in a hole in the ground. So, well before plumbing and stuff, there was outhouses.
I do. I understand.
Mind you. So yeah. Anyway, speaking of that, that's another story for today's something I had to try. And I need to get that potty cup thing that you told me to get. I need to get that because, anyways. But yeah, these grown, That's something else my siblings and I were talking about. It's like we don't understand with these grandparents this day and age, how they acting. And I don't know, like they demanding respect. But it's like with y'all, these grandparents, like these new generation grandparents, I don't know what to say about them. They act like they grown. They act like they ain't got to check in with nobody. They act like they take your kids and do whatever they want to. And then it's like, no, stay, do what you're supposed to be doing. Telling me,
Did you say take your kids?
yeah. You're like, come on, I'm gonna take. No, you were not. Not to my kids. No, nobody wants my kids because they're very demanding. They're city kids. You know. No, nobody really wants.
That's never happened to me before.
Yeah, no, not well. It has happened to me when the CEO was first born. They were trying, and I was like, no, this is my responsibility. No, you know. But anyway, yeah, I don't understand. I just don't get it. So yeah, after my mother-in-law and aunt-in-law had that incident, there were some things that transpired, which we hope will get better. But then I called my parents, I think the next 2 days later, because they were leaving out on a business trip. And I was like, excuse me, you guys left and you didn't tell nobody you left. Why am I calling you and seeing you in a vehicle, but you have not informed anybody? Well, I could have texted y'all at 5 o'clock. Yeah, you should have, because a text is a text. Don't call me at 5, but you can text me and let me know that you left. And you should text me when you arrive and text me when you leave and we ride back home, you know. Because yeah, you going to a different state.
Oh gosh.
What's wrong with you? We ain't grown. We ain't helpless. Yes, you are. Until I say you're not. You're helpless and you're going to keep up with me because I need you to.
But you can just say I never said that you were helpless. It's just nice for someone to know your whereabouts. It's a dangerous place.
No, I told them
the world is a dangerous place. Well,
I said y'all ain't quick on your feet like you used to. And then they're gonna turn around and turn it on me, be like, no, we didn't need to worry about y'all going. We're fine. We're fine. You know, we went on our vacation. My dad texted me. We hadn't even left. We hadn't even left the driveway. Okay. They text me twice. Are you there yet? I said, I'm still sitting in my pajamas. I said, I will let you know when we leave. And I will send you a timestamp picture of us leaving. Like, chill. But as soon as he leaves, he ain't sent me nothing. Oh, okay. I see how it is. We not. So yeah, I don't even know half the time when my dad goes out of town for business trips. I got to call and find out. Don't tell nobody. Just be gone. Like he grown.
They can make grown.
Yeah. Just. But anyway,
these days.
I know they just. Oh, this new generation grandparents.
They're too much. They're too much.
They are. They are. You either have the enablers that, you know, to me, those are the worst kind of the ones that enable the bad habits. Well, you only live once. Okay. Yeah, but you closer, if nothing, you know, crazy happens, you're closer to that only live once than I am. So I need to do what I need to do to stay straight and narrow. You really need to stay straight and narrow, but I'm trying to stay straight and narrow, you know. Kids, you know, I ain't trying to have my kids in the hospital, you know, with major health complications because, you know, you want to keep feeding them, you know, bonbons. If that's what you want to do, go ahead. Just make sure your life insurance paid up. Thank you.
Oh gosh.
It's the truth.
So that's another thing I have a question about.
What's that?
Should you pay for your own life insurance?
I'm actually interested in life insurance, like heavily interested in it. But I don't know. Like, okay, so I just learned that people put money in their life insurance and also borrow money from their life insurance.
Yeah, you can. If it's a whole life policy, you can do that.
See, one, I don't like math and I don't like insurance. Any type of insurance, honestly.
Okay, wait a minute. You don't like math. Okay, I'll bite. But what do you mean you don't like insurance?
Okay. As my baby sister has informed me, health insurance in itself is a hoax, which I believe is true. And you're talking to someone who's worked in the medical field. So yeah, I believe it. I've seen it firsthand.
How is it a hoax?
Okay, you're paying for a membership to have something that they only pay 80% of and 20% you pay, as long as they approve of the physician that you go to. To me, as long as the physician is credited, got their licenses, doesn't have any issues, has never been, whatever they call it when they get in trouble, malpractice, lawsuits, or anything like that, all physicians should be in network. There should not be out of network, in network type deals. That just should not be a thing. But again, capitalism, that's a whole nother rabbit hole. But
well, the physician has to basically to be in network, they have to agree to the terms of being in network.
I understand that. But the thing of it, I guess this also goes with the whole free healthcare thing, where no one should be denied just basic healthcare for what they do, for what they need to survive. Like, you want this person to continue to pay taxes so that you can keep doing whatever crazy stuff that you're doing. You should want them to live. You shouldn't want them to be dying and trying to live. So to me, paying a premium / membership so that this country club can pay for your medical bills, to me, it's like a double whammy. Not only am I paying a copay to see the doctor in hopes that they can fix what the problem is, I'm also paying insurance to pay the doctor. No, I'm paying you money. Some of that money should just be, okay, like this is a savings account or whatever. I put this money in here, whatever money I put in here and pay, not you pay a portion. No, this money should go towards that, period.
They have health insurances like that.
They do.
It's like a health savings account.
Yeah, but that's a little sketchy because it's like a pool for everybody to pull out of. And it's like
I'm not with that one.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And like, so if someone who has cancer, that means they're having to pull more out of than a person who just has allergies. And to me, that's not fair.
No, it's an individual account. It's not like everybody's money is there. The one I'm thinking about is like, let's just say your employer contributes $5,000 a year to it. Mm-hmm. But then that's it. Like, if I have to go to the hospital, I need more than $5,000.
That's not that's what I'm saying. It's just too many, like, and then how in the world these insurance companies should not be making this much money, to stay in business the way they are. Like, okay, basically to have a child, let's say to have a child, it costs $25,000.
Okay.
Give or take. That's just a roundabout for, let's say, cesarean or natural complications, anything. Throw it in there.
Okay. We're at 100,000 at that point, but okay.
Well, we're going to go a small number because I don't like math. Okay.
Oh, I forgot about that. That was the first caveat. I got it.
I hate math. Okay. We're going with 25,000 with minimal complications. Okay.
Okay.
We'll throw a C-section in there just because C-sections don't have to cost $10,000. But anyways, $25,000 from start of conception to birth. Okay. That's cheap as cheap can be. Why in the world? Huh?
McDonald's, that's a McDonald's baby.
It really is. It's a McDonald's savings. Like, you literally are probably birthing a child yourself at this point. But because I hate math. I'm
going to go with the 25. Yeah, I'm going to go with the 25.
Because I hate math.
Okay, yeah.
You add too many zeros, then I'm like, okay, wait. Oh, 25,000. Okay. You're trying to tell me that only 80% of that is going to be paid by the insurance, but I have to pay like 10% of that before the insurance even kicks in. It shouldn't be that way. It should not be that way at all. It should be a insurance should just automatically, and I understand doctors do this because pregnancies can end very quickly. And if you don't make it to full term, then, at least you just paid for up to this point versus we waiting until you get to, and that baby doesn't make it or what have you. And then we file insurance, then they're hunting for you for money. I get that part. But to me, you just expect it to get to term and insurance just automatically, here we go. Because even if the baby don't make it to term, there's still other complications that can happen that the mother would need assistance for. Postpartum treatment, therapy, all that kind of stuff should be included. And the person should not have to worry about, my insurance ain't gonna cover it because of this, that, and the third. It floored me for me to have two different insurances, have to run them for tests and find out that, this insurance is on. Well, if you would just swap insurances, you wouldn't have to pay anything. Like that should be across the board for anybody who's going in to be seen for basic health needs, whether they're just going in for their annual or they're going in to be sick. Granted, yes, people want to get paid. I'm not saying people should get, but people have insurance and they're paying the so-called premium. It's just like, come on, y'all. We're paying just in case we might get sick, so you might cover it. And if you don't meet your deductible, then oops, roll over to the next year. And that deductible part right there just trips me out every time. So I have to pay this amount of money. Why don't I just go ahead and pay it with my premium, and then you start paying that way? But that doesn't work that way. Like, you have to physically go and be sick and go and get this stuff in order for it to work. And I just find it very capitalistic.
Well, of course. I mean, it's a company. It's a product. Insurance is a product, and different companies sell different products. Everybody doesn't like Coke. Some people like Pepsi. You know what I mean? So it's like you buy the product that you want, or
But
that you can afford, or that is offered to you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I have not ever had those issues as far as deductible issues or thinking about when I'm going to the doctor. When I was, pregnant, what was covered versus what wasn't. Like,
girl, that's because you be going to them Airbnbs.
I go to the what?
You go to the Airbnb. Then you've already paid for yours. You good.
What do you mean?
You go to the Airbnb. So it's like, you got the good insurance. Airbnb be taking care of you.
Oh my gosh. No, my gosh. Okay. Anywho. So that's your take on health insurance.
And that's just from me
what
working.
What other insurances don't you like? So the original question was, I was just wondering, should a person pay their own life insurance policies? I mean, their life insurance premium. I'm thinking, like, I'm not going to get the payout.
Okay.
So why should I? I'm thinking outside the box. I do pay my own life insurance premiums, but
that's the same way that you're thinking. It's the same way I'm thinking. I feel like I'm paying for these premiums, like I'm paying for someone else who's going to the doctor. You paying for these premiums for the deacon to maybe get some if your funeral isn't lavish in an Airbnb.
It won't be a lavish Airbnb funeral, but it is. Yeah. Again, if you you will not benefit from a term life insurance policy. You personally can benefit from a whole life, because, like you said, you can borrow against it, things like that. It earns. You can earn money or whatever on that because it's being invested. But I'm just saying, thinking about just a basic term policy. Yeah, I will never see that money, but yet I'm the one paying the premium. But with insurance,
that if
again,
you die,
I don't look at it as when you die.
Or well, I mean, I'm thinking the term is more like, if you were to die in the next year or so, hey, this money's here for this. But because doesn't term, like, it gets high, like the premium gets higher as you get older?
No, the policy, the price is set, the premium is set for the
Uh-huh.
term of the policy.
Okay, then I'm
So it could
confused.
be a 10-year term, 20-year, 30 or 40-year. Whatever you've decided when you purchase that product is locked in. Now, let's just say you have a 50-year term policy
Hmm.
and you bought it when you were 20 years old and it's a 50-year policy. At 70, it's over. That product you purchased had a 50-year shelf life on it. After that, it's over. You don't have insurance anymore.
Oh, that's bull.
Why?
Because then you got to start all over. And at 70, life insurance is more expensive because you are expected
Older,
to
you have
die.
health insurance. But look at it from another perspective. You have worked and saved and invested for 50 years of your life. Let's just say from 20 to 70 years old. Why do you need life insurance at that point? You
Because
should have enough money to cover your funeral costs. You should have enough investments to leave a legacy and inheritance for your family.
okay,
Insurance should not be to get rich.
if
Insurance is to cover costs.
if that person lived that lifestyle, unfortunately, let's throw in this person had cancer where they didn't work the last 50 years or whatever. They had to be on disability or whatever. So their life insurance was, which they should have swapped their life insurance at that point.
Yeah, then you just change it.
Well, if
That's
they don't
all.
think, let's just say they, oh, I forgot because life got away from me or whatever. I was expecting to die at that point. So, you know, or let's just, I hate to say this for a 70-year-old person, but they ain't grown no way. Okay.
Oh
They
gosh.
decided at 50 years old they was gonna try crack. Okay. But they survived through it or whatever. And they blew all their money, all their savings. Or let's just say they did what old girl did in what county was that? Whatever.
Lauderdale.
Yeah, the whites get real
Okay.
dumb and go out there and spend 40. I don't even know how you spend $40,000 or 60, how much they spent. And then, you're done. Like people don't do
But I mean, if we just talk about covering the cost of a funeral, I mean, you can get cremated for $600. Done. You don't need a life insurance policy for that.
that is true. But I'm just saying that, I'm just saying that people aren't perfect in that aspect. So they may not have a same, or what if there was a tragic thing that happened and
Such
they,
as,
the house burned down, or and the insurance on their house was crappy, or you know, all of their family members perished or what have you, and that person had to pay all of their funeral expenses because none of them had life insurance. Well, now their savings is gone. Even though to me you would think after the estate sale and everything that you would have on their
oh my
property,
God,
that would make some money. I'm sorry,
you have gone down a rabbit hole.
girl, talk to me long enough. I'll
Okay.
take you down to Wonderland.
So, okay, I'm going to go backwards. Number one, if the house burned down and everybody died in the house,
Oh no, that was two different scenarios. My bad.
okay, okay, and I'm again, the question was about life insurance, but I know you said you don't like insurance, so I want to unpack that. But let's just say the house burned down because of, I don't know, faulty electrical something. It's something wrong with the house, but it was up to code and all that. Then
Hmm.
at that point, your house insurance would kick in and pay for those people who died. So then there still should be money to bury them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if that was the
We're not
scenario.
even talking about life insurance at that point. That's homeowners insurance. So back to you in the original question, why don't you like insurance? You just said I don't like insurance. Like I'm trying to figure out why not.
I just don't like. I don't like the whole. I just don't like the part. Like I said, it's more like you paying for a membership for something that you may or may not use. Like, let's say when I was younger, I was paying 50 something dollars every 2 weeks, and I wasn't ever going to the doctor. And I was like, what is the point? Like, can I just not and then start paying when I need it? You that's kind of deal. It doesn't
Well, it's
do
called
that.
don't have insurance, and you can pay only when you need it. It's like one of
What?
those. I said you don't have to have insurance. You can just pay cash prices. But then you don't get to take advantage of the benefit that insurance companies also have for themselves, not for you, the patient. They have negotiated rates. And so that's why it's cheaper. Services are cheaper to those who are insured because they have pre-negotiated rates. And that sucks. Like if you pay cash, you're going to pay more than what a person is charged if they have insurance.
Mm.
So it's kind of like you rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
I get it, but I just feel like there should just be, I don't know. It just should be a better way. Hence, like I said, free health insurance.
So you want to move to Canada and then you want to have state provided insurance.
If only everything is free for every person and no one gets no one gets turned away regardless. That would be great and wonderful. I mean, there are people who literally
You can't guarantee that though.
No, you can't. But there's people who, which if you have the money to fly to a whole nother country to get health insurance, it's cheaper. Why in the world are you flying? You take your little private jet. And I'm not talking about people who literally get on Spirit for $25 and fly to another country to get a BBL or whatever. I'm talking about these people who will pay first class, or private so that they, if they have to have surgery or whatever, they can fly back comfortably. And they go over there so they can save, $5,000 on whatever life-saving or non-life-saving surgery, an elective surgery that they want. And I'm just kind of like, you got that kind of money, you could have paid for it here. But that's why those people are millionaires anyway, because they done found a loophole.
Yeah.
And making life simple. But I just have an issue with insurance just because I worked in it.
So you don't like health insurance, is what you're saying?
Well, I don't like auto insurance either. I don't like auto insurance either. No. Hear me out.
What's wrong with the auto insurance?
Because it's the same. It's the same thing. It's the same capitalistic thing. But I like it for the okay. I like it for the what if, and the fact that other people, you don't know what they're going to do, so you need that just for you to protect you. But I feel like if you're going to punish someone for not having car insurance and driving a car, you don't know that person is driving a car. You're just assuming that they do have they do have car insurance when they're driving. To me, it's the same thing as you're assuming that this person has auto insurance when they're driving a car, but you're not guaranteeing this person has auto insurance when they get in the car. Like they just hop in the car, they ain't got auto insurance. They just do. So you're hoping the person that they hit or kill or whatever in this car accident, they have insurance. The issue I have is the fact that, like, the way they're trying to push health insurance is that everybody has to have health insurance, but everybody don't have to have auto insurance to drive a car.
They do.
They only get,
depending on what state you live in, it's like the law requires it.
No, the law requires you to have auto insurance, period. Right. But you can't force people to have health insurance and then tax the people who can't afford health insurance.
How do we go back to health insurance? We were talking about auto insurance.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's the thing I don't like about it, is the fact that you can't get a hold of the people who don't have auto insurance. And they just riding around driving. You can't say, oh, we're going to overtax this person for not having auto insurance. Well, that means if everybody has a driver's license, then if everybody has a driver's license and it's not just an ID license, then they should have auto insurance, which means there would be one collective auto insurance. You wouldn't just have auto insurance from different places. Everybody who has a driver's license would have auto insurance because they have the potential to drive. And it would be included in that.
The person isn't being insured. The vehicle is being insured. So I don't think you should.
But the person is also insured too with the auto thing. Because if let's say someone dies in the car accident that you were driving in, well, your auto insurance is also supposed to cover that person's medical bills and funeral costs and all that other stuff. So it does also.
But the car is what's insured, not the person.
I get that, but people drive with uninsured cars all the time, and they don't get fined.
And that's illegal.
It is illegal, but you got to catch them.
What do you mean they don't get fined?
They get fined if you get caught.
Okay,
Anybody can have a
so
driver's license, but they don't have to have a car.
okay, I'm trying to figure out how isn't somebody if we were in a car accident and our cars were like, let's just say crash, and both of our cars are literally totaled on the spot. How
Mhm.
can't that person be air quote caught? That they're standing right there.
Yeah, they
The
get
police are
caught.
gonna come in. Okay.
But for the people who don't pay for auto insurance and never get caught because they either hit and run or they just never get in a car accident and their car's not insured.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're always gonna have somebody with any
Oh.
rule or regulation. Somebody's gonna always try to skirt the law. I get that.
Mhm. And that's my
But I'm
issue with auto
saying,
insurance, though, is the fact that you got people who actually pay for it, and you got those that don't pay for it, and they make it through life without having to pay $250 every quarter.
oh my,
And I just find that stupid. I'm
so
sorry.
you want to be the person who doesn't pay and never get in trouble.
No, I want my insurance because I'm well, I ain't gonna say I'm a horrible driver, but I've been in a couple of accidents that
I have
maybe
to.
have been my fault. But
Oh, I've never been in that. They were never my fault. But
well,
I've been a passenger in 2, and I've been a driver in 1, and they were never my fault. I got hit from behind. But this is interesting to know that again, a difference that we
the
have. You
difference
don't like
is
insurance, and I'm fine with all the insurances. Give me all of them. Well, no, give me life, give me auto, give me home. I'm not paying for phone insurance. I think that's stupid. And I would only insure body parts if those body parts made me millions. I'm okay with that.
all right, Whitney
But I'm not
Houston.
paying for phone insurance. Like, I think that's just a waste of money.
That is true.
That's where I draw the line with the insurances.
All right, girl. It was good talking to you.
You too, girl.
All right.
I'll talk to you later.
All righty. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, did you enjoy that podcast? So did we. Check us out for our most recent updates on IG at City Country Chicks Podcast.